Here, just wanted to make a real quick video of showing you how I'm using AI to help me build our dashboards a little bit faster. And this is actually a really neat trick that you can use for e-commerce sites, content marketing, or just if you want to be able to group your pages in a particular way. So as you can see here, we're looking at our MeasureU. We have our page path and screen class. So this is obviously coming from GA4. And what we want to be able to do is have a drop down that tells me all of the different workshop pages and all this. You can see the way the URLs are built or all the different resources. So for example, we're here in MeasureU. We click on this. I want to be able to say, have a drop down that has workshop library and then see all the pages that have that little piece. So that way we can see top performing workshops or top performing resources. And we actually did this very recently for an e-com type client. And this whole concept would actually work great for content marketers. So if you have different categories in your blog or whatnot, it would also work really great for you too. So the reason you'd want to do this, again, you see exactly which pages are performing better by their different groups. In old universal analytics, there actually used to be a field that we would have multiple of them. It would be page path level. So you can say, I only want to see this first one, which would page path level, then 1 and 2 and 3 and all this, so on and so forth. You were able to go through all the way to 5. And now we don't have that. So what I did is I went to Gemini. I'm going to show you exactly what I asked it. I did it really clunky this time because before I had done it with a client and I knew exactly the process I needed to do. I just wanted it to give me the formula. But this time I was kind of put myself in a newbie shoes and like, hey, I'm building a report and I want to be able to do this. How can I do that? And so I kind of, as you can see, you can pause the video and read exactly what I said. And then it showed, did all this. And it's kind of neat to look at their thinking if you haven't done that, but it spit this thing out and you can kind of see this. And knowing what I know, I didn't think this was going to work the way, because I knew it had the C thing right before, and then you could even says, oh, it kind of corrects itself. Well, actually, you probably want this. So what I did is I went and grabbed this formula, because even though I know how to kind of read regex, it takes me a really long time to build any sort of regex and a lot of troubleshooting. So as soon as ChatGPT came out and all these other tools, this was the thing that I used it for the most, because again, I can read it, I can understand what it says, but actually building it takes so much brain power and really draining for me. So that's why I like to use the tools like Gemini and stuff. So again, I come over here and I did go ahead and added my field. I'll show you where it is now. And I called it new page path. Whoops, wrong button to click on. New. And so you can see this little FX, meaning it's a formula. And so this is what I did. That's all it is. And so now we're going to see it in action. And so this is actually my page I call my construction page, where I just build random stuff, troubleshooting and helping people with it. So we're going to add a control, add a drop down list, because that's what I said I wanted to be able to use it for. Now let's see what happens. New page path. And so then I can come in here and choose. So we can go ahead and get rid of the null if we wanted to add a filter, not show that there. But that's basically all of the other pages that don't have that /C. So if I went to our regular marketing site, none of those have the /C. So that's the reason why that's there. But of course, I could go back and forth and adjust the formula or whatnot. But to answer the thing that we wanted to be able to do is we have workshop library. And I can go through and see all of the different workshop libraries. I could also then go through and create another field for this table. And so I can only see the actual end portion. And so let's go ask Gemini for that and say, can you now create the formula to only show, and this is where I got to go back, that. And that way, we'll see what it does, because I kind of didn't say like or any workshop. So we'll kind of see what it does. We can see this here's the updated blah blah blah. Page path and screen class. Let's go up and see what it's doing. So I would probably want to do this one, and this is where you can kind of if you troubleshoot and grab one, grab the other, see which one would work best for you. But let's go ahead and create our field. Click into here, and because it's kind of like didn't do its like changing of the colors thing, I'm going to come in here at the very end of this and press the space, and it changes all the colors, which is perfect. And now I'm going to call this new page path level. I'm going to give it a 2. I don't know if it's technically level 2. I think it's actually level 3, but for the sake of this example, just to get you guys to see exactly what it is I'm doing. And now we'll see if they're going to work together. I actually don't know. Not the level. Ooh, hold on. Let's do new. There we go. I said page. Funny me. This is what happens when I type and talk at the same time. Okay, so now we can see page path level workshop library, and we can see exactly the name of the different workshops, so it's easier, cleaner to see. With that, if we did go to our resources, see what's going on there, again, we could see all those. And again, we could go through and filter out the nulls if we wanted to, but this was really, really useful for a client that had e-com where he had all kind of different product categories and things and want to be able to see that really easily and wanted to have a drop down to be able to do that. And since we don't have the fields with GA4, currently, we can go to Gemini and really easily kind of just explain it exactly what we're looking for, and it's going to spit out all kind of different formulas. And if you were wanting to get to understand regex a little bit more, it gives us great examples of exactly what it is it's doing, why it's doing it, and kind of even says it kind of corrects itself, as you saw too, which is really neat. So this is just another way to utilize these AI tools to help yourself get exactly what you need a lot faster. Because if this would have taken me 30 minutes to an hour to sit there and play with the regex, or honestly, I probably would have handed it over to Sarah because she gets the regex a lot faster. But, you know, we always need that skill. What if she's not around? I need to be able to do this myself too. So thank you, Gemini. I was able to do that in just a matter of a few minutes. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you on the next one.